Hello, welcome to this your channel, the Eurofan. That's me. Malta is having difficult times again, taking into account that the Mediterranean country recently has had its ups and downs in the competition. The cheerful and festive proposal offered to us by the guys from the basket on last year's contest was quite unnoticed for the audience, unfortunately. Although it is also true that they were in a difficult semi-final, with many of the favorites getting most of the votes. Despite the result, Malta moves forward, looking to reaffirm their trajectory at the contest. Let's take a look now at the artists that will represent this time to the island country in Malta. Here we go. For today's episode, I'm going to review the Maltese entry for Eurovision 2024, which will be represented by singer Sarah Bonnici with the song Look. We start by reviewing her biography and career before her embarking in her Eurovision adventure in Sweden. Sarah Bonnici is a Maltese singer from the town of Chokia in Gozo Island, the second biggest one of the Maltese archipelago. Her beginnings in music starts from very early age, being mentored by the Maltese singer Miriam Christine, who was the representative for the country in 1996 during the competition held on Oslo, Norway, but where she started to take singing classes from the age of 9. She will also be the main motivation for Sarah to start participating in diversity of musical festivals and singing competitions both in Malta and abroad. In fact, her first participation was in 2009 at Malta Junior Eurovision Song Contest, the junior national final that selects the representative for Junior Eurovision. That time she will compete with the song The Mambo Song, where she placed third. The following year, supported by Miriam Christine, Sarah will participate in a local musical festival, where she gets the first place with a song written by Miriam herself. Encouraged by that success, she will try it again at the junior national final with the song Kitty Kitty Cat, placing 8th at time. However, despite the result, she had the chance of living a sort of first Eurovision experience, attending the junior contest as a backing dancer for Nicole Laxopali, who represented the country in the competition held on Minsk, Belarus. During her teenage days, she will participate in several musical festivals abroad, winning some of them. And in 2018, she will attempt to participate in the first season of the Maltese version of the X Factor, but she will not pass from the audition round. After being in a secondary role at the junior contest, she has been thinking on living the Eurovision experience by herself in the main role and now in the senior contest. In 2022, she will participate in the 10th edition of Malta Eurovision Song Contest, the national final which selects a representative for Eurovision, recently rescued that time, competing with the song Heaven, ending up in the 12th place. She will not take too long, however, to try again this year. Let's see how ended up what it will be her second attempt in the national final. The Maltese public broadcaster organized the 12th edition of Malta Eurovision Song Contest to pick the artist and the song that would represent the Mediterranean country on Sweden. In late August of last year, the submission period was open for the Maltese artists and songwriters who wanted to participate in the competition, closing it by late September. Then the 36 competing artists in the national final will be announced in late October, being Sarah among them. The format will have changes again with a different dynamic unlike previous editions, by holding a sole semi-final and a final show. The semi-final will be made through 4 episodes of a program named Show, where 9 artists will perform in each one aired every week. The voting will be open at the end of each episode, revealing the results 1 week after the final episode, where the combination of the votes from the jury and the public will determine the 12 artists that will qualify to the final show. Initially, it was going to be a live show to be broadcast in last January, but they have decided later to make things different. First, there will be 3 episodes where the finalists will have interviews. There will be a nostalgia night resembling the 4th night from San Remo Music Festival, with the finalists performing Maltese and international songs from the past, and finishing with the final show itself. But it is remarkable in this case that this will not be a fully live show, and this is because the performances of all the finalists will have been recorded previously during December of last year, while the performances of the guest artists and the counting of the votes will be broadcast live. Sarah will make her first appearance in the first episode of the semi-final, where she will be one of the finalists after the announcement of the qualifiers. Then, during the final show, which took place earlier this month, the winner will be decided with the combination of the votes from the jury and the public, having the jury more weight and power in the decision. At the end of the night, the counting of the polls revealed that Sarah was the absolute favorite from the jury, while she was the second most voted artist from the public, earning the points needed to achieve the victory in the national final, achieving after 2 attempts the right of representing Malta on the main stage of Malta. A track that is supposedly getting you on repeat. Now I'm going to analyze in detail the song which Sarah is presenting as part of her proposal for the contest. The melody is a classic pop track, which uses variety of sound effects throughout the song without nothing else to oust them. About her voice, it is just normal. She does not have the best vocals, but at least she can do something. The lyrics has been written by her together with a group of songwriters. Then, after reading in detail, it mostly describes a sexual tension between her and a guy, in this case alleging the passion felt for each other, to the point that they cannot stop doing over and over again, you know what I mean. And this is the look which she's talking about. More than a message, the song is just reflecting an intense emotional or carnal state. It is of those type of songs that does not make you think too much, but just appealing to enjoy the moment, taking advantage of the hormonal stimulation with a person which you feel attracted to and which you will want to be on their sheets. After checking out what is this song about, now we will see how is this reflected in the official music video. As suspected, it is a conceptual video, where diversity of shots of her wearing different outfits in different locations are seen throughout the music video and joined by her dancers most of the time. She is seen first with brilliant small stones, of these ones that you can stick on your skin, and with metallic accessories in her fingers which look like claws, while there are other shots of her starting to showcase sensuality. Then later you can see some panels with many fans in line, witnessing the dancers through this structure. I guess it had to be pretty hot here when they recorded the music video, because by requiring that quantity of fans in that place, it hasn't had to be normal. By the chorus is where the choreography is developed, witnessing shots from a garage or from a bar. In the second verse, the scene changes a little, with the dancers interacting with her without stopping from dancing anytime. They arrive what it looks like a projection room, keeping the choreography in the middle of the seat rows, while the dynamic remains quite similar during the second chorus. During the bridge, there are more shots of her dancing with her dancers on a small stage, with alternate shots of herself doing sexy movements on the floor. It comes to attention this part in which she bends towards one of the dancers, because it reminded me to Chanel in slow-mo. Is she trying to do a Chanel effect? Apart from this, there are not much variations of the dynamics, with extra scenes of her on a car bonnet, and in a sort of structure surrounded by her dancers, delivering some diva attitude judging by the outfit and the accessories she wears in this shot. In the last chorus you can see more of the shots already seen before, until the performance finishes with her looking to the front while the dancers do not stop looking at her. Evidently, with the title song and what we have seen in the music video, it is quite logical to think that the performance will be mostly focused on the dance. Let's take a look how it went. A pre-recorded performance aired during the final show of the Maltese national final, recalling the staging in the national final. This begins with Sarah at the center of the stage, while she performs the song's intro. Then with the first verse, the dancers appear, lifting her up, and you can notice that she is wearing a black leotard very similar to the one worn by Chanel. I cut down at first, and now we are seeing it in her too. It is clear that the Chanel effect is still touching deeply some places yet. She is also climbing up by the back of some of her dancers, which make her stare. Later by posing on the shoulder of after one of them, giving 3 spins and later taking her down to the floor. About the visual graphics and the lighting, these are not remarkable, appealing only to solid colors, probably with the goal of keeping the focus choosing her and the dancers. During the chorus and the second verse, it is seen exactly the same choreography previously seen in the music video, so until here nothing new we had not seen before. by the bridge of the song. There is once again the same dance step from Chanel, bending towards one of the dancers while he grabs her. Then they put themselves black blindfolds in their eyes. Two of them give him a full spin in the air. Later they take off the blindfolds. And while the dancers are performing another choreography, it comes to attention that Sarah starts to make dance steps, which are exactly like the ones done by Noah Kirel on Unicorn. Come on, she does not only want to do the Chanel effect, but she wants to do the Noah effect too. This is unbelievable. Towards the last chorus, they return to the same choreography of before. But then by the end, there are separate dance steps but very identical to Chanel in slow-mo. Okay, this is definitely too much. Until the performance finishes with her putting down aside one of the dancers, remaining just her. I know that many are thinking exactly the same as me. This performance is a modest improvisation of Chanel and Noah Kirel. And I'm being nice because this was the perfect gossip in social media since the moment the performance was seen. And there were so many comments that are not describing her precisely in a good way. Vocally speaking, I have seen her with a poor performance which plays against her. Comparing her with Chanel and Noah, they are part of being extremely good dancers, they are very good singers too. However, one way or another that I cannot explain, this performance has convinced both the jury and the public. Making a summary of all the comments. I'm not convinced at all with the Maltese entry for this year. Personally, this song is not making any impact on me. For me, this is one of those songs that I will usually listen in the background music of a mall of a department store. Then, that attempt to make profit of the Chanel effect and the Noah effect in that shapeless way is going to make a quite counterproductive effect. Comparisons are awful themselves, but these ones are not putting her in a good place. So maybe she will need to give a workaround if she thinks about the possibilities of qualifying for the grand final. The staging will be identical on Momo for sure, or it will be pretty similar at least, mostly because this kind of entries are based on the dance. It is not clear if she will be present on some of the Eurovision parties of the season, taking into account the lukewarm reception that the proposal is having right now on the audience. But in line with what I said before, by making some changes maybe she could change the perception on the audience. We will notice in fact when she gets to turn to defend her proposal on the main stage of Momo. And you, what do you think about the Maltese entry for this year? Leave your comments down below thus we can start the discussion. And this is it for today's episode. Don't forget to like this video if it was of your taste, subscribe to my channel, enable notifications by the bell, and follow me through my social media. Take care and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.